prompted international calls for calm and raised fears that the situation could ignite into a wider conflict. The UN Security Council will hold another emergency meeting later today to discuss the escalating conflict. The closed-door meeting has been requested by Tunisia, Norway and China. The first, held on Monday, ended without a joint statement. Meanwhile, the UN envoy for Middle East peace has warned that the spiraling violence is now escalating towards a full-scale war. The United Nations Rights Office said that it was deeply concerned over the escalation of violence. Criticizing the use of force by Israeli police, United Nations Rights Office said that no force should be used against those exercising their rights peacefully. The White House said on Tuesday that President Joe Biden is being briefed daily on developments in Jerusalem and Gaza and has directed his team to engage intensively with senior Israeli and Palestinian officials. Press Secretary Jem Psaki said on Tuesday that Biden's team is communicating a clear and consistent message in support of de-escalation of the crisis.
Since last week, he has directed his team to engage intensively with senior Israeli and Palestinian officials, as well as leaders throughout the Middle East. His team is communicating a clear and consistent message in support of de-escalation, and that is our primary focus.
India has also expressed deep concerns over the growing clashes between Israel and Palestinians and evictions in the Sheikh Jarrah and Silwan neighborhoods in Jerusalem. India's permanent representative to the UN, T.S. Tirumurti, tweeted, "India calls on both sides to avoid changing the status quo on the ground." Dozens of pro-Palestinian protesters gathered near the White House on Tuesday to demonstrate against the spiraling unrest in the region. Protesters called on the US to stop providing any aid to Israel amid the conflict. Meanwhile, hundreds of protesters gathered outside the Israeli consulate in Midtown Manhattan on Tuesday in support of Palestine amid escalating conflicts between the Israel Defense Forces and Hamas. Clashes also broke out between Israeli supporters and Palestine protesters during the demonstrations. Protesters chanted slogans and blocked traffic to voice their dissent. Violence erupted in the British capital on Tuesday as pro-Palestine protesters clashed with police during a demonstration against the continued conflict in the Middle East. Protesters waved Palestinian flags and chanted slogans in central London to protest the growing violence.